I woke up this morning a little earlier than normal. My eyelids did not argue, my body did not debate, my brain did not beg for more minutes. I did not cry, I did not barter, I did not cave. My toes touched the earth, and she gently pushed back. Ease into routine and thank myself for it, brush my teeth and look forward to the day ahead. Historically, oftentimes, histrionically, I do not usually feel like this, but today is different. As if the software update happened automatically overnight because I was always too busy to indulge. I suddenly realized this body is older, no longer dives face first into first base or takes a stray pitch to the hip. I noticed lines formed around my mouth and around my bottom lip. I laugh at the thought of crows tiptoe leaving footprints in the corners of my eyes. I realize now where these lines originate firsthand. My partner says I smile with my eyes, and now I understand. Outside, now in, I check my head and my heart. A fickle bunch, meaning, well, for the most part, comparatively speaking, from even just a year ago, unrecognizable. Like, this space is under new management, like a new coat of paint and I rebranded. Tearing down walls, this room just expanded, open concept and all. Put some art up on the wall and my favorite record on. I've landed in a new era, and my head is a place I can live in, though I never even planned it. It hits me like the stray pitch without the purple, blue, and green. This year, I'll be 23. I am in a place I never could have imagined. I close my eyes to see clearly, ground myself, and breathe. Take me there to my younger self and everything I thought I'd be at 23. When I was 5, I knew I'd grow up someday, but I didn't really believe it. Like, when your brother hits you and your mom makes them apologize, they don't really mean it. Adulthood was an eternity away, but if I was thinking about anything at all, it was most certainly basketball. My mom says I could throw and catch before I could walk, and quite frankly, I believe that. My parents set up a toy basketball hoop in the living room, feng shui set aside for my future career as a professional athlete. I remember pretending there were 3 seconds left on the clock. There was always 3 seconds left on the clock. And shooting the buzzer beater for the all-time championship #1 spot. I spent most of my young childhood in this constant daydream. Winning trophies, winning games, being the best I could be. It all started with a call and response game my birth father trained me to say, with his call, "What are you?" And my response, a machine. "What are you gonna do?" "Score." "Score what?" "The basket." And don't you forget it. I don't have many fond memories of my birth father, and although he very soon stopped playing basketball with me, this little mantra grabs hold of me and instills a confidence I cannot describe. And now, whether in my living room basketball court or on stage playing drum set, I find 5-year-old me and make that huge 3-second buzzer beater nothing but net. In 2nd grade, my teacher taught the class to make our own books. A few pieces of paper folded over, 3 staples in the crease, and look, a room full of builders, soon to be authors. I'd offer up my writing to any empty pages I could find. My first book, self-published, called I Want to Play Major League Baseball. This book was no page-turner, no potential blockbuster hit. Simply wanted to play professional baseball, and I did. There was no fight, no controversy, no sexist remarks, no doubt. This all came along when others found out. It was always you can't and never someday. So bitter at the sharp age of 8, hit a bucket of balls to chase them and then hit them back to where I started over and over and over again. Throw as high as I could to practice catching pop flies, road rash bruises, and a few black eyes. When my older brother would grow tired, I taught my younger one too. More people around meant more able to play catch, and then my mom got pregnant again, and I quickly thought, well, at this rate, maybe I could have a whole team. Relentless. I was relentless. But it didn't stop those who said you can't. When I played baseball, when I played percussion, I faced sexism and jealousy, hate and anger, always so quick to underestimate me, think that saying good for anything is some sort of compliment. Don't you realize this is all I think about, everything I work for, everything I dream? This was not up for debate. You want to see what I'm made of? Catch me on stage or home plate. This fire does not die whether I'm 23 or 8. There was a point when I was like 11 that I was obsessed with the TV show Bones. Not for the drama, the gore, the love, but because I felt so much like Dr. Brennan. As someone who is very bad at making friends, as someone who liked to read, to write, to learn, I truly thought I should be like her. So I began to learn as much as I could, writing every science-y thing down I heard, whether or not I understood. I took on this persona of serious and scholarly, ahead of me big universities and my name following doctor, and I kept it up for a bit, but I felt like I began to miss color and mess, like the kind that unravels with finger paints, and yes, I could recite a textbook word for word, but I don't know what it means. I mean, I can see patterns, I can cram words in my head, I can see the page where I read them, but I'm dead if I'm not doodling. It's confusing because I like science and math. It's not a bore, it's just that it can't hold me late at night like the melody to a chorus. The way I'm feeling cannot be expressed in some researched report. I might need 64 shades of yellow and 1 shade of orange. I have always been compelled to share what's in my heart. I'm not saying I'm not smart, but I'm saying I'm not the smartest. What I'm trying to say is that I will always feel like my life is wasted if I'm not some sort of artist. When I first played drums, I was set, like, yes, wrap this up, I'll take it. Like, nothing more to see, I know this is all I want to do, all I want to be. I'm good at this, at least in this small town. This was meant for me. And boy, the town knew too. Quite frankly, I don't know how they put up with me. Had my brothers hit the drums and walked up the street 4 blocks later, could still hear them strong, but no one asked me to stop. They just kind of cheered along. I would get asked on occasion if I was that girl with the red streaked hair, half shaved, who they saw once play a year ago or on TV. This happened a few times, and to my disbelief, they always met me with a smile and a head nod, a rock on or fist bump. I thought, maybe I am something. Maybe this is my call. I felt it too the moment I successfully played my first buzz roll. It's more than the stage, than the eyes, the attention. It's the emotion, the tension, not to mention the community, something to tether, to say, yes, this life is hard. I'll lay a beat and we'll sing as loud as we can and we'll do it together. That's the joy. That's the call. The music, the notes, they're great, but what we remember is how we felt. What we could take. What we could give. When a song speaks to you so close, you could have written it. This is the art that changes us. This is passion unreserved. This is how, at 14, I wanted to change the world. At 17, I hated movies about teenagers, rolled my eyes at the sheer stupidity of it all, I cannot believe this is what normal kids get to think about. I could shout, I could scream, but no one would hear me. This was not just teenage angst. This was a plea for someone to save me. When a mental health day turns to once, then twice, then 3 times a week, not skipping to get into trouble, but emotionally too weak to get out of bed. These kids in the movie getting drunk at a party do not wake up and sob because they are still moving. These kids do not spend their lives with court dates and hearings while somehow maintaining straight A's and a part-time job. Skip school because it's cool and not because you cannot find the part of you that feels joy and hope in the fog. When your body feels like a graveyard, you kind of just want to be in one. Friends with everyone but still have no one. Keep your head down, they won't see you fading away. You won't ruin their fun. When your band teacher threatens to kick you off a concert if you miss one more day, made music resentful, the one thing I felt for, the one thing I had. I told him he could shove it. I was the only one who could play it anyway. I needed him to ask me to stay. When a teacher pulled me aside with a B+, a bad grade, said, "I cannot believe you did not work harder. I'm so disappointed," shook her head with a tisk and sighed. It took everything in my power not to cry, not to break down and say, I did, I tried, all of this, and I'm still not enough. A B+ is not my best work, but why isn't anyone just proud of me for staying alive? When I was 17, I did not care. I did not hope. I did not dare to think of what the future would hold for me. I had plans to end it. I did not think I would make it to 23. I am here, and I am almost 23. So much has happened since I was 17. I came out twice, got a bachelor's degree twice, met the love of my life, drove across the country, performed, accepted into grad school, created memories I will cherish forever. And in all of this, it's never been about what I've done or what I do. It is the people I love who have shared it with me. It is the people who see me and support me, my art, music, what I'll go through. It is undeniably you. Whether I've known you my whole life, or met you just yesterday, or maybe will someday, thank you. I appreciate you. I love and care for you, and I will be thinking about you on my 23rd birthday. As I stand in the rain, I think of raindrops on car rooftop, alarm clock, the kind for sleep, and monumental change. In the midst of sedative limbo, a back row I do not remember the name. These hands, the hurt, and the healer. I think back a lot to that day. Claw my way back, ease into smoke. I promise to try. I try not to choke. Pill bottles spilled, passenger side, and I'd like to think whoever's in charge, I'm alive. When those ask what it is I'll grow to be, I'll say, well, this year I'll be 23. When those ask what it is I'll grow to be, I'll say, well, this year I'll be 23. This is not my first downpour, no, I'm sure I've forgotten my umbrella before even more left it at home on purpose. I need this, what a tragedy, hold on to me, please somebody. I'm not even yet 23, I'm not even 23, I'm not 23, 23, 23, 23, 23, 23, 23. This is not my first downpour, no, I'm sure I've forgotten my umbrella before even more left it at home on purpose. I need this, what a tragedy, hold on to me, please somebody. I'm not even yet 23, I'm not even 23, I'm not 23, 23, 23, 23, 23, 23, 23. If you need a sign to stay here, please stay here. If you need one again tomorrow, I'll be here. If you need a sign to stay here, please stay here. If you need one again tomorrow, I'll be here. 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 If you need a sign to stay here, please stay here. If you need one again tomorrow, I'll be here. If you need a sign to stay here, please stay here. If you need one again tomorrow, I'll be here. 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 This generation has so much momentum. I've seen them. This is only just the beginning. We will only go smarter, kinder, and stronger, more inclusive. The truth is, we're not there yet. We will fight, we will march, we will protest. This unrest will not break us, but make us reinvest, 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 reinvest. This generation has so much momentum. I've seen them. This is only just the beginning. We will only grow smarter, kinder, and stronger, more inclusive. The truth is, we're not there yet. We will fight, we will march, we will protest. This unrest will not break us, but make us reinvest in our future. So one day when someone says, I can't breathe, the police get off their fucking neck. When those ask what it is I'll grow to be, I'll say, well, this year I'll be 23. 'Claw my way back, ease out of the smoke. I promise to try. I want to invoke change and love. There is so much to live for that I want to be here for. I choose to stay. I think of this all as I stand in the rain.